How often to water lawn grass in a British August? Less than your neighbor thinks. It is August. Your lawn is brown. It crunches when you walk on it. And the fella 2 doors down has his sprinkler on, keeping his patch green as a bowling green. Every instinct says join him. I am here to tell you the opposite. Leave it. A mature lawn that turns brown is not dying. It is asleep. I am Michel. I drive buses in Belfast. Make this summer. Let me show you where we are. A gardener in Hertfordshire posts a photo of a lawn gone the color of a digestive biscuit. Brown and crunchy, they call it. No rain since early February. Every water butt in the garden bone dry. 170 odd gardeners upvoted it, and 200 piled into the comments because half the country was staring at the same sad patch. And then the top reply, 240 upvotes from Northern Ireland. It has rained almost every day since January. That commenter and I share the same sky, so I can confirm. West Belfast does not have a drought problem, but most of England, in a dry summer, absolutely does, and the panic is real. The water bills, the hosepipe worry, the neighbor with the emerald lawn. So here is the promise for today. If you have an established lawn, one that has been down for years, you are about to save yourself a lot of bother, a lot of water, a lot of money, a lot of worry. One rule before we start. Everything I say today is about a mature, settled lawn. If you laid new turf this year, the rules are the exact opposite, and that is next week's whole episode. Today, the old lawn, the tough one, the one you have been worrying about for no reason. So why leave it? Here is the thing most people never get told. A brown lawn in summer is not a dead lawn. It is a dormant one. Dormancy is not damage. It is a plan. When the weather turns hot and dry, a mature lawn does something clever. It stops spending water on the green bit on top, the blades, and pulls its resources down into the crown and the roots, the part you cannot see. The grass you can see goes brown and crisp. The grass you cannot see is alive and waiting. Think of a bus at the end of a shift, parked up in the depot overnight, engine off, lights out, doors shut. Nobody walks past and says that bus is scrapped. It is resting, ready to run when the timetable calls it. Your lawn is doing exactly that. It has clocked off. The standard guidance is simple. A healthy established lawn can sit brown and dormant for weeks, and once proper rain returns, it greens up again in roughly 2 to 4 weeks. It was never dead, it was asleep. So the single most important idea today is this: brown is not a verdict. Brown is a strategy. The lawn is not failing you. It is doing precisely what a long history of dry summers taught it to do. Your only job is to let it. Now let us talk about what green actually costs you, because chasing green through a heat wave is the most expensive habit in the garden. Start with the tap. A sprinkler runs off your hose pipe, and a garden hose pipe can pour out around 1,000 liters in a single hour. That is more than some households use in a whole day, thrown at a lawn that did not ask for it and cannot use most of it. Which brings in the second number. Water-wise, the people who study this reckon that about half of all the water we use outdoors is wasted through overwatering. Half poured onto ground that was already wet enough, or evaporated off before it ever reached a root. And a lawn is where a lot of that waste happens, because a lawn is big and thirsty looking and easy to feel guilty about. Then there is the law. And in a dry British summer, a hosepipe ban usually does arrive. When it does, the very first thing they stop is using a sprinkler on the lawn. Filling a watering can from the tap is usually still allowed. Sprinkling the grass is first out the door. So the sums are brutal. You spend the money, you waste half of it. You risk breaking a ban, and the reward is a lawn that would have survived perfectly well on its own. Green in July is a bill for nothing. Here is the part that really turns the whole thing on its head. Watering your lawn every day in a dry spell does not just waste money, it actively makes the lawn weaker. Grass roots chase water. If the only water on offer is a light sprinkle sitting in the top inch of soil every evening, that is exactly where the roots stay. Packed into the surface like passengers crammed on the bottom deck while the top deck sits empty. Shallow roots. And a lawn with shallow roots is a lawn with no reserves. The day you stop, or the day a band stops you, that pampered lawn is the first to fry. Its roots never learn to reach down to the moisture deeper in the soil. Now compare that with the lawn you left alone. Watered rarely or not at all, its roots drove down deep looking for moisture, and deep roots are what carry a lawn through a drought. So the daily waterer is not being kind. They are raising a lawn that cannot cope without them. The lazy gardener, the one who did nothing, ends up with the tougher lawn. I know how that sounds, but the science is on the side of the lazy gardener here, and I will happily take that win. Less water, less effort, stronger grass. That is not a trade-off. That is simply a better deal. But brown is hard to look at. I understand. So let me tell you what actually happens when the rain comes back so you can hold your nerve. Here is the timeline. Through the dry spell, the lawn sits brown and dormant. It looks rough. For a fortnight, it can look like a badly shaved head, patchy and sorry for itself. And the neighbors may talk. Let them. Then the weather breaks, as it always does here, and proper rain soaks back into the soil. Not a passing shower, a proper steady soak that reaches the crowns. Within a few days you see the first green haze coming up from the base of the plants, and from that first rain give it roughly 2 to 4 weeks, and the green has closed right over. The brown is gone. By October you will walk out and genuinely struggle to find the patch you were losing sleep over in August. That is the payoff for doing nothing. Now, 2 honest warnings. Repeated summers of severe drought can thin even a tough lawn, and very sandy soils recover slower. Dormancy is not a magic shield. But for an ordinary established British lawn in an ordinary dry summer, brown in August is green again by autumn. Nature has been running this exact recovery for a very long time, with no help from your hose pipe, and not a single line on your water bill. So where does a timer fit in an episode about not watering? On my own tap, I run the Johgee 4-zone timer, and in a dry July, the best thing it does for the lawn is nothing. That zone stays off. But the greenhouse drip still runs each morning, and the pots get their daily drink, because those cannot go dormant and wait for rain. Different plants, different rules, one tap, and the honest bit. If your garden is mostly lawn, you honestly do not need this kit at all. So if the lawn is off the watering list, where should your water and your effort actually go? This is drought triage. Some things in the garden really are dropping fast and will not come back, and they should get every drop the lawn is no longer taking. Top of the list, containers. A pot is a tiny tank with a big surface, and in a heat wave a hanging basket can run dry in half a day. Pots and baskets cannot go dormant and wait for October. They just die, so they come first, sometimes twice a day in the worst heat. After that, anything newly planted this year whose roots have not spread yet, and food crops that are actually swelling fruit, your tomatoes, your beans, your courgettes, they earn their water. The lawn does not. Now, 2 honest exceptions so nobody shouts at me. 1. New turf laid this year is not an established lawn, and letting it go brown will kill it. That is next week. 2. If your lawn goes brown in patches, in spring, when everyone else is green, that is not drought dormancy. That is a soil or a pest problem, and no amount of water fixes it. But but a whole mature lawn evenly brown in the heat of summer. That one you can walk away from with a clear conscience.